1600, no, that's my domain. Every move clean, yeah, feeling insane. On the bump, no stress. Sign my name, make the rules, no less. Do what I wanna do, need no vote. Executive orders got the game in the choke. Breaking the law, yeah, better than that code. Power in my pen, yeah, watch it explode. 1600, know I'm running that show. Trap King, yeah, I'm making it glow. Walk in the room, go chain ice cold. Got the power, you know I'm on cold. Sign online, yeah, world's on pause. Executive order, you know I got the law. Senators mad, they can't do nothing. Pen like a Glock, you know I'm always dumping. Whole office, yeah, I'm always calling shots. Red tape going, you know I tie the knots. Trap sound boom, make the speakers go quake. Signs like the orders make the whole ground shake. Ops wanna talk, but they move too late. Got the word and the law deciding they fate. 1600, no, that's my domain. Every move clean, yeah, feeling insane. Cross that line, rewriting the game. Executive flex, put respect on my name. They talking in checks, I'm writing the decree. One signature, bring the game to its knees. Constitution, man, yeah, twist that script. Word is a wave, yeah, watch the world drift. Secret Service, yeah, they guarding that throne. 1600, no, I'm bad to the bone. Rules in the way, I erase that line. Trap got stats, make the stars align. Ops wanna sue, but they're stuck in the court. Moving real fast like I'm whipping that Porsche. Beat it going wild, trying to dim my torch, but I'm too lit, got the game going storch. Every order's hit, yeah, billboard vibes. Breaking all the labels, now it's time to switch sides. 1600, no, I'm setting up pace. Trap King animal, crown on my face. Call me Zeus, I'm the boss, no stress. Sign my name, make the rules, no less. Do what I wanna do, need no vote. Executive orders got the game in the choke. Breaking the law, yeah, better than that code. Power in my pen, yeah, watch it explode. 1600, no, I'm running that show. Trap King, yeah, I'm making it glow. Pull up to the pin, yeah, blocks stay high. Gold on my wrist, yeah, dripping non-stop. Executive move, make the whole game stop. Pin and grenade, watch the pin get popped. Talking these limits, I don't see no cage. Writing a script, but the world is a stage. 1600, no, I'm calling a blitz. Signing these orders, got the bag in my grips. Fans wanna block, but they moving too slow. Words that I spit like a fuse gon' blow. Trap so heavy in the baseline thumping. Every decree got the whole world jumping. From the west wing, I'm patrolling that vibe. Rules on my way, I'ma let it subside. 1600, no, I'm setting the tone. Trap Emperor, I'm bad to the bone. Ink on the page, just law, no debate. Where I'm at, I'm sealing they fate. Breaking every chain, making weight at the gate. Pen in my hand, I'm carrying the weight. Every I drop, it's a hit, no miss. Trap got flexing, got the game in my fist. Senator shook, trying to steal my reign. I'm too quick, switch rules, bring the pain. Chillin' at the throne, and the throne stay lit. Sign one line, make the whole world split. Foes illegal and they can't indict. Power too bright, I'm the spark of the night. Call me Zeus when I'm running the door. 10 is a blade, cut like a sword.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this show started. Welcome. Happy Monday. You know what we got to do. You know what we got to do. Time for the haters to get dealt with. All right. Let's go. I like it. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like I'm stuck in time.
Welcome to the show.
It's like a curse. And you can't escape it. It's like deja vu. It's me, Zeus.
It's deja vu when I'm running up the racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's
Good morning,
deja vu
ladies
when
and
I'm
gentlemen.
up
Welcome
in
back to the
first class.
Thunderdome.
It's like every week
Let's
I gotta
go, let's
take out
go.
the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it, look at my grass. Cars in the garage, your tank's full of gas.
You know what we do? Good morning, Ian. W. Rick, W. Tara.
This is how it's supposed to happen when you get your famous.
Yeah, Albert Willie Tara. All right, Karma. Karma Heard, I see you. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Hey, Benjamin Franklin. Am I right, Heaven? Let's go, brother. Benjamin Franklin, Little Hawk. Anthemism. I love peace. Love you too.
I say it with my chest cause I'm
Shay, good morning, Shay, the beautiful Shay. Happy Monday.
Call me the master with a new whip.
Hey,
I'ma take off.
here goes. Here's my favorite part.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days.
They always say this
That
drug
shit
test.
was radical.
Uh-oh.
It was horrible.
Oh.
I'm like, Zeus has gone way off.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
They make it up as they go.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
All right, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we're back. Happy Monday, March 23rd. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I'm your host, I'm your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here. We're gathered here to do the real work that it takes to save this country, the United States of America, as well as the rest of the world from the evil clutches of Donald J. Trump and his legion of Trump supporters, MAGA demons, whatever you want to call them, just a bunch of degenerates, right? We have to save our country from these folks because they have no idea what they're doing. And we know that they are the worst of the worst and honestly the scum of the earth. But before we get into that, let me introduce myself. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I am honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. Second H is because I'm humble. I'm the most humble person on social media. All right. And the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, which is arguably one of the most important H's of them all. It transcends politics, honestly. It allows me to go places a lot of you can't go. And in particular, the men out here. I could go places you won't be able to go. It is truly because I am and will always remain, you guessed it, the most handsome. Honorable, too. Yeah, and no. So what I do on this side of TikTok is very special. I've been actually doing it for a while, and it's something I enjoy doing now. It's actually something I just, it's like driving. Once you learn how to do it, it's like riding a bike, right? Once you learn how to do it, you just instantly know how to do it. What we do is we expose Trump supporters for being what they are, a bunch of corrupt, wicked, so-called patriots. They're not patriots. These people are seditionists, treasonous traitors. That hate their country, they hate themselves, and we expose them in their hypocrisy in a way that, honestly, it's actually having a very positive impact. You look at Donald Trump's poll numbers in all categories. I want to give a shout out to all of you in the audience, because the poll numbers we're getting, they're not the real poll numbers, but they're at least showing that this show has had a major impact, right? There's not a category that Donald Trump you can poll in and look at the categories that he's in. He's underwater in every issue: foreign policy, inflation, egg prices, beef prices, immigration, you name it. What else? Just throw it out there. Name something. Gas prices. Yeah. Gas prices. And so, and just a heads up, we have our regular haters. I don't block people on this show. No, because I want every single one of my haters, every single one of my critics and detractors. I'm a patient person. I want to see them give up the spirit. All right. And that means we're going to really take time and just monitor these folks, because they're eventually going to be on life support. Yeah, a lot of these Trump supporters, they're heading. I've maintained this. Ever since Donald Trump won his second term, we knew it was going to be all about retribution and pain and suffering and just total chaos, right? And I said, a lot of you Trump supporters, you will not be here come midterms because your daddy, your dear leader, he's actively going after every single one of you. Yeah, in ways you just never thought was possible. The 5D chess is all on you. He's doing 5D chess on you, MAGA, to destroy every single one of you. That's why you don't have health insurance. That's why your gas prices are going through the roof. That's why, you hear about this? Bankruptcies are going up. Have you heard about this? Bankruptcies are going up. Foreclosures too. Did you know this, MAGA? Yeah, everything, food prices going up. And so it's like we're going in the wrong direction. And, we got measles cases going up. You don't believe in all that science and stuff like that. But you know what? I was going to say a secure border, but you don't even got that, W. Zeus. And you see how I could just get a W off of you Trump supporters? I don't really need to talk to you. I really don't need to talk to Trump supporters, because they'll say everything I am. They'll call me everything but a child of God, but they'll never, ever admit that they are wrong. And so what I'll say to you is this: listen up. If you're a Trump supporter and you cannot handle the truth, do us all a huge favor. Just zip it. Because you have nothing, honestly, nothing of value to contribute to this show. Maybe not even your neighborhood, maybe not even your state, maybe you have nothing to contribute after all, right? Just zip it, all right? Because I'm going to make it uncomfortable in here for you. I promise you it will. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome have officially closed. I encourage everyone, grab your shields and continue to just give it to MAGA in the comment section. All right, do what you don't block them, but make sure that they understand that under no circumstance will we surrender at any moment right now. No, because you all know what you've done to this country of ours. Popcorn. What made you send me a guest request so early? I haven't even laid out any of my content. Is everything okay?
Yeah, everything's great. Just making my daily rounds. I haven't seen you in a while. Wanted to come up and cook you again. So,
did you want to apologize? Did you want to apologize to us for anything?
For what?
The high gas prices. What about the increase in foreclosures and bankruptcies that's going on under the second Trump administration? What do you think about any of this? How is that helping Americans all over the country? Did you know about any of this?
Well, yeah, I mean, but we've seen worse, have we not?
No. It's
we've
Monday.
seen a lot worse.
It's Monday morning. All right.
Oh, dude, don't crash out.
No. It's Monday morning.
I just got up here and stopped crashing.
Hold on. It's Monday morning. Can we at least not lie after Sunday? Can we stop lying? I mean, you're a grown man. You run a business.
But you're saying this has never happened before?
No. But do you run a business or you work for a company?
I've done both.
Okay. So would it be acceptable for your employee, you go in there and you say, listen, we're supposed to meet X, Y, and Z quota, right? And you're paying this person good money and they show up and they don't meet the quota and you say, and they go, well, I didn't meet the quota because of Joe Biden and the Democrats. How would that sit with you as a business owner?
Well, being that you had the reins the entire time. Now, if you are a CEO and you take over for a company to clean up a mess, then yes, you have that right to say, well, all this predates me. I was brought here to fix this. So yes, thank you, Trump, for fixing what we've seen previous administrations.
Wait a second. Again, if it's possible, I just need you to not go that far with it mentally. You're the CEO of this company, right? Because you said you're a business owner
that just took over from another CEO.
And let's just say I work for you. I report directly to you. Yeah. You're familiar with these type of relationships. If I report it directly to you, and you said, "Hey Zeus, I need 100 units by the end of the week," because you got to meet the deliverables for whatever it is you got going on in terms of the business, right? And I say, okay, I can do that, right? And a week passed, I show up and I only got 70 units out of 100. And you say, well, Zeus, why do you only have 70 when you told me you were going to give me 100? Now you screwed me over with my investors. And I say to you, well, Popcorn, because of Joe Biden and the Democrats. Would that be an acceptable answer for you is my question, Popcorn. It's very simple to follow.
Yeah, so I would have to take it on a case-by-case basis. What example do you have of that, or do you not have any?
Well, Joe Biden, he only gave you 50. I gave you 70. Would you be able to go back to your investors and say, hey, you gave me all of this investment for 100, but here's 70. And they would go, oh, we understand it was Joe Biden and the Democrats. I'm not saying that what Joe Biden did was successful, because it clearly wasn't, but you're the person now in charge. So deferring to Joe Biden in the middle of you running the company, I don't understand how this translates into you should be able to continue working for running the company, or I should be able to continue to run work for you, right? When we're underperforming. Does that make sense?
Right. It also makes sense that when the previous administration or group mess things up and they are fired and somebody else is brought in, you got to give them a little time to implement their policies. We see this all the time in sports. You see coaches that have a losing season and then they get fired after a couple of seasons. They don't fire them midway through the first season. They wait like 2 or 3 or 4 seasons, right? And see, okay, let's see this plan implemented. That's what you're missing, and you're playing mental gymnastics. And that's why you're confusing yourself.
I got it, right. So what we're saying, what I'm hearing what I understand you're saying is Donald Trump needs more time, Or in this particular situation, when it's you and I, even though I guaranteed you I could do it in a week, and I showed up and I'm under, right? Because I said I could do it in a week and I gave you 100 units. I show up and I only got 70. I can get away with that as long as I blame the Democrats and say I need more time. You're saying that would be a satisfactory answer for you.
I would say that give him a full term.
No.
Give the guy a full term.
So you would basically say, Zeus, I'm going to give you 4 years to figure this out.
Yeah, that's what a term is. Yes, the American people gave him 4 years.
So
everybody sit back, go on mute for 4 years, and let him implement his policy.
All right. And so, Popcorn, I've listened to what you're saying, and I just got to say this to the people out there listening. Everyone knows when you get a new position or something like that, there's a period, they call it probation. All right. You familiar with this? If you are underperforming, in the real world, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that if you're underperforming at any point in your career, you will not be rewarded by getting more and more opportunities. It actually goes the other way. They actually will be looking to figure out how to show you to the nearest exit, because what you're doing is you're bad for business. You're bad for the investors. You're increasing the risk. They got to let you go. So what Popcorn is saying up here is absolutely false. And see, Popcorn, I just thought maybe one day you would at least be honest with us. You cannot tell the youngster.
Run again?
You can't. Hold on. But why would you try to encourage youngsters to believe that they can be mediocre and be, rewarded for being mediocre? Is that what you're into? You know what I'm saying? Because I from what I understand, you all don't like the idea of giving people participation trophies. But dude,
the mental gymnastics you do is amazing. Name one CEO that enters any kind of probation period, which is typically 6 months.
No.
Name one CEO that's ever existed in American history that came in on a probation period. Can you name one? Especially a Fortune 500.
Hold on.
I'm waiting.
Hold on. The situation you and I were talking about, it was you were the CEO, right? And I was working for you. So the probationary period would have been for me, right? Meaning if I'm putting you in a position, right, where you're not able to go back to your investors and your shareholders with positive news, then guess what you're going to do? Most likely, you're going to can me, bro. And that's how things work in the real world. And you just can't admit that, right? And I get it. It's because of this blind loyalty to Donald Trump. I can't fix you. I can't fix you. I cannot fix you. But
what you're doing is putting Donald Trump in a position of like a low-level employee. Yes, low-level employees have 6 months.
Well, we understand.
But a job like the president of the United States takes a long time to implement your policies.
I would think I personally
you need about 30
hold on.
seconds to demonstrate how you are as a worker.
Well, here's the thing, right? The president, from what I understand right now, he responded to the markets, right? And that's why he decided he's not going to move forward with this so-called attack that he threatened us with, threatened Iran with the 48 hours. He pulled out on that, right? And it's because he does have a boss. It's the markets. And you know that. So in a way, I might be right. And presidents can be impeached. So it's not like.
Do you have any evidence that he pulled back because of the market?
Yeah. Did you hear? Yeah. You should go look at the bonds and the year over year and look at what they said. It was getting a little bit over the 5% mark. And if you look at that, you mix that with the cost that they're asking for 200. Hold on. Congress is asking, or he's asking Congress to give him $200 billion, right? The numbers just aren't adding up. The price per barrel of oil is going up. All these things come in together. He had no other choice but to cave. That's why they call him Taco. And he knows, just like you know, that he's basically bitten off more than he can chew. This is why this is why his entire administration is honestly, it's going to go down in history as the worst presidency of any U.S. president ever. It's already there. It's already there. And they're already projecting, they're already projecting we're heading towards a depression.
Dude, you're not good at this, man. You're not good at debating, dude. I'm sorry.
Well, what have I lied about?
Really bad.
Here's the thing,
I didn't say you're a liar. That right there, that's what I'm saying. You just said, well, what did I lie about? I didn't say that you're a liar. Okay. I said you're a bad debater. So that's what you keep doing. You're playing this mental gymnastics. You're all over the map. I would like to respond to some of these crazy claims you're making.
Fair enough.
But you're like, but you're going way off in left field, and then you go off in right field, and then center field, and then the backstop. I mean, dude, you're all over the field. You got to slow down and
All
stop
right,
crashing
so
out.
pick one that you want to talk to me about real quick. All right, because you've done a great job distracting me from what I wanted to go into talk about, but I'm willing to do
Yeah,
it.
so it's amazing being that I've had very few words to say. Am I that much smarter than you? Anyway, so you said that Donald Trump pulled back because of the market.
Correct.
You said you have evidence. I'm asking you for that evidence.
Well, how about this?
Don't backtrack.
I could literally. Do you have the ability to look up right now what was going on with the Treasury bonds and look at the trending? Show us that.
No. You said Trump pulled back because of the market.
Yeah.
Show me evidence of that. Ready, go.
Okay.
I'll go on mute.
Hold on. Remember I asked you earlier, right?
Don't pivot.
Hold
Serious.
on.
Come
Hold
man.
on. I asked you earlier. I said, did you hear about the early withdrawals from people's 401ks? Did you know that was happening right now? All right. So early hardship withdrawals from 401ks and similar retirement plans have increased to record levels in 2025. Vanguard, you know who they are? All right. Report found that 6% of participants initiated hardship withdrawals in 2025, up from 4.8%. All right. In 2024. All right. And now it's around 6%. All right. Bankruptcies. Filings rose sharply in 2025. The Administrative Office of U.S. Courts reported a total of 574,000 for the 12-month period ending in December of 2025, an 11% increase from prior years. What else were we talking about? Yeah, so we got that. Okay. And bankruptcies. All right. Bankruptcy filings rose sharply. The administration office says those went up 12%. I mean, what are you talking about?
What did I ask you to?
Those are markets.
Right, I'm asking you a question. What did I ask you to prove?
I have no clue, but listen up. Listen up,
Okay,
Popcorn.
dude, you can't follow the conversation. You can't debate. Dude, stop acting like you know what you're talking
Well,
about.
tell me
You don't
something.
know
Tell me something.
how to input what you're talking about. You're lost. You got dog walked in this. It's not even a debate, really. I didn't even really get started. I haven't even gotten started yet. Like I used no ammo, and I just absolutely cooked you.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right. All right. All right. That's a
you do
W. That's a
better
W,
than
Zeus.
this? I mean,
Hey. So in other words,
anyway, dude,
so in other
you
words,
got cooked, bro.
so in
You
so in
got
other
cooked,
words,
embrace it.
in other words, Popcorn. Oh, he left. He left. He couldn't refute any of this stuff. He said, I couldn't even, I went to the closet to get it and it was all loaded up, Zeus, but I couldn't use it because you were just way too quick. Yeah, you're right. I'm dangerous. I told you I was dangerous. And so that's a huge W, Zeus. Popcorn, I probably ruined your breakfast, lunch, and dinner this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the Lake of Fire once again. This was one of the easiest things I've had to do on Monday, and it felt good. Join me in sending Popcorn wherever he came from. All right, he thought he was going to get up here and tell us something that was good, but it actually turned out to be real bad for him. Join me in sending Popcorn straight to hell. Wow.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
And we all know it's both. W. Zeus. Popcorn, here's the thing. You can never come onto my show, and maybe just not you, but Popcorn, here's the thing. No one can come on my show and tell me to go look up anything. All right. By the time I go live, I've done all the looking up I really need to do in order to form an opinion about the things that I am talking about. And 100% of the things that I'm talking about are things that are grounded in reality. I don't go and read Truth Social and listen to Fox News all day and then listen to you fake TikTok hosts and then get up here and start trying to act like I know what's going on in the world. You know, you see what's happening at those gas stations just like I do. And if not, you know, it's like Donald Trump said.
You're either stupid or you hate the country.
All right, so let's talk about that real quickly, ladies and gentlemen, because there's a couple of things that I did want to get out here and talk about. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is the airport chaos. And so let's get this on the record. And then this is why I got to send folks like Popcorn straight to hell. We all know this is happening.
The Trump administration has ordered ICE agents to airports to help out. That's right, Michael. We have seen those agents here. I've talked with a couple people who work at the airport this morning who say that they saw a busload of federal agents arrive this morning. They are helping with crowd control. You can see that. It's not clear if they're able to do anything to help move passengers through these long lines, some of the longest lines passengers here have ever seen.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. You can't make this stuff up.
Some of the longest and most frustrating security lines travelers have ever seen are getting longer this morning at some of America's biggest airports.
There's priorities, and this is one of them. This is crazy.
To help, the Trump administration says it's sending in hundreds of ICE agents.
How is this, ladies and gentlemen, America first? Honestly, how is this America first? How is this better for us than Joe Biden? Joe Biden never had us looking like this. Never. And you know what's so interesting? Donald Trump put out a statement today, ladies and gentlemen, about these ICE agents. Let me see if I can get them.
Simply there to help TSA do their job in areas that don't need their specialized expertise, such as screening through the X-ray machine. Not training that, we won't do that.
The president is blaming Democrats for not funding the Department of Homeland Security, saying on Monday ICE will be going to airports to help our wonderful TSA agents who have stayed on the job. But Democrats have offered to pay TSA officers and every.
Okay, here's what I want to see right here. Here it goes. Right here goes. Here it goes. Right here. Look at this.
Help TSA officers who are not getting any paychecks during the partial government shutdown. So this has led to very.
Look at them. ICE agents aren't wearing masks at the airport. This is the part that I wanted to get out here. So Donald Trump posts, I'm a big proponent of ICE wearing masks as they search for and are forced to deal with hardened criminals, many of whom were led into our country by sleepy Joe Biden and his wonderful border czar, Kamala. She never went to the border. Through their absolutely insane open border policy. I would greatly appreciate, however, no mask when helping our country out of the Democrat-caused mess at the airports. Thank you. So Donald Trump is actually saying ICE cannot wear masks.
Staffing.
ICE cannot wear masks at airports. So, number one, W to the Democrats. W to the Democrats, right? You know why I'm going to say W to the Democrats, ladies and gentlemen? Because if this is all that it took for us to get those masks to come off, then that's where we're going to start. So now we're going to be able to identify who's been terrorizing the country this entire time. It's a huge, and I know the crazy thing about all of this is, and I'm only speaking for myself, but they said, oh, this is going to really trigger the Democrats if we send ICE agents to the airport. No. Actually, you're playing right into our hands. Yeah, because the entire time I've been saying, until Donald Trump and these MAGA demons, these MAGA Republicans do the right thing and obey the law, shut it all down. W Zeus. And to the ICE agents, think about how your dear leader is playing you all like some fools. You can't go to work at these airports and then let people see who you are and then get back out here in these streets. That defeats the entire purpose of what you all have been crying and complaining about. And this is why I have to do shows like this. I have to continue to highlight and expose how pathetic. And I know there's innocent people working for the government that they're just randomly caught up in this stuff. But I really do think we're at a point now where you got to make serious decisions. Is it worth it right now to work for the most incompetent and corrupt administration on the record? He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about the United States. All he cares about is covering up those Epstein files. Ladies and gentlemen, join me once again in warming up the lake of fire. This is for all the ICE agents who now have to take their mask off while they're going to work at TSA. Who would have thought that was the way that we could all find out who the people were wearing masks? What a laughing stock. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons straight to hell. Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA.
And that's a huge W, Zeus. Are you okay, DJ? Are you okay, DJ? Because is this too much for you, DJ? I know that you're getting a little triggered listening to what I'm saying this morning, but you know, it's like what I say at the top of the show.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
There you go. All right. So now the other thing that we obviously have to talk about is the other post that Donald Trump posted today. This is actually, he posted this before the ICE post, where he basically chickened out with Iran. All right. And we're going to get this on the record. All right. Because there's a couple of issues that I got with this, but we're going to get this on the record. All right. Because this just goes to show how dangerous and honestly how incompetent the Trump administration really is.
Literally, the President of the United States posted on Truth Social, literally in the last minute. He's saying, I'm pleased to report that the United States of America and the country of Iran have, over the last 2 days, very good and productive conversations regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East, based on the tender and tone of these in-depth, detailed and constructive conversations, which will continue throughout the week. I have instructed the Department of War to postpone any and all military strikes against Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure for a 5-day period, subject to the success of the ongoing meetings and discussions. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And he signs off, President Donald J. Trump.
So the first thing is, how is Donald Trump having these conversations, ladies and gentlemen, when we heard him say this? Who is he talking to?
Their leaders are all gone. The next set of leaders are all gone. And the next set of leaders are mostly gone. And now nobody wants to be a leader over there anymore. We're having a hard time. We want to talk to them, and there's nobody to talk to. We have nobody to talk to. And you know what? We like it that way.
Who's he talking to? So, Popcorn, you asked me to explain to you why he's making all of this stuff up, right? What evidence do you got that he's actually listening to the markets, Zeus? This is what he said. So let me go through my notes real quick, ladies and gentlemen, because, you know, Trump supporters, they don't know that Donald Trump is basically manipulating the market with all of this rhetoric. Isn't it funny he's asking for 5 days? Oh, so we started out on Monday, 5 days later, we're back on Friday, and then over the weekend, he can play his little game that he's got going on. The Strait is still closed. The Strait is still closed, but only MAGA continues to fall for this nonsense. All right. So yes, Iran's leader said this never happened. All right. Trump folded before the markets. Trump folded before the markets open, meaning the situation in Iran is worse than the U.S. is letting on in general. Iran is unswayed by his bluff. There is no plan to open the Strait. Trump is being squeezed by the markets. All right. And so, here we are, 1 to 2 weeks, troop deployments arriving. They're going to start putting boots on the ground, and there's no off-ramp. These are just things you can go find on your own if you're actually curious, MAGA. You can go look. Prove me wrong is what I like to say. What else? Iran says there's been no indirect or direct contact with Donald Trump. This is what Iran is saying. Trump is trying to buy time in the Iran war. This is what Iran is saying. Trump withdrew from power plant strikes after Iran threatened them back. All right. Donald Trump is playing a psychological warfare game, and Hormuz will not return to pre-war conditions as long as the psychological warfare continues. And Iran has entirely denied all of Donald Trump's claims. You see, MAGA? So you don't get to take a victory lap at all on this show. You don't. The only thing you get to take is what, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I know. Here you go. Here's what you get to do, MAGA. And you can go look up this stuff on your own. Like I said, you can go look up all the markets you want, and you'll see very plainly why Donald Trump got down on bended knee and capitulated to Iran. He's nothing but a taco. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these Trump supporters, aka these demons, where they truly, truly belong, straight to hell. There you go. Lord have mercy. Here you go. Hold on. Oh, it's loading. Goodness gracious.
Silence.
You broke my machine.
Damon.
And huge W Zeus, ladies and gentlemen. Now, here's another thing, ladies. Hold on. All right, here's another interesting thing. So over the weekend, and this is directly linked to the Iran war, we're starting to see some things coming out of the Republican Party that are honestly very concerning. So the first thing I want to play is Ted Cruz admitting that he played a key role in Donald Trump launching this war with Iran. We're going to listen to this. And I really want MAGA to explain this, all right? Because I thought Donald Trump, I really did think Donald Trump was running this country, but now it's starting to seem more and more like it's really Otto-Pin.
So, Senator, moving forward now to talk about the conflict in Iran, you were literally with President Trump the day before the strikes happened. Can you explain to us what the reasoning and the rationale are for this war?
Sure. Look, I urged the president to launch this attack. As you noted, I was with him pretty much the entire day on Friday before the attack launched on Saturday. And so we were on Air Force One. We were flying down to Texas to Corpus Christi at a big event planned in Corpus Christi. So I was on the plane with him. And then he asked me to hop in the Beast, the presidential limo, and it was just the two of us one-on-one. And pretty much the whole time he was asking me what I thought we should do on Iran. And I said, look, I think we should not miss this moment. I think the regime is weaker than it ever has been. And we have an opportunity, if we can collapse this regime, America will be much, much safer. There are very few things on planet Earth that would do more to improve American national security as much as seeing this regime collapse. And he asked me in the Beast, he said, well, look, do you think we should negotiate further? And I said, no. I said, I don't believe they're negotiating in good faith. They are liars. I think the Ayatollah just wants to delay and delay and delay while they rebuild. And I said, as far as I'm concerned, the only deal you should be willing to take is the same deal you offered Maduro. And Trump offered Maduro, if he wanted to leave the country, he could go into exile and he would be allowed to live out the rest of his days if he left and exited. And Maduro said no, and I suspect Maduro regrets saying no now. And I said, I could live with that deal for the Ayatollah, to give him and the mullahs the same choice. You can leave and allow a new regime to come to power in Iran, or if you don't leave, the alternative is going to be a less than pleasant one.
So what I want to catch is this part right here. Hold on. Because he said he doesn't want, I think he said something about, he doesn't think that they should be negotiating in good faith. Did you catch this?
And I said, no. I said, I don't believe they're negotiating in good faith. And he asked me in the Beast, he said, well, look, do you think we should negotiate further? And I said, no. I said, I don't believe they're negotiating in good faith.
Wow. Wow. Think about how foolish this was. As how many soldiers have we lost so far? How many U.S. soldiers have we lost so far, ladies and gentlemen, that have lost their life to this war of choice? 14. Too many. Way more than Joe Biden. Way more than Joe Biden. And Joe Biden didn't even initiate the Afghanistan withdrawal. That was something Trump drafted up. And Joe Biden had to oversee it. But look at this. This man, they just go off of, this is what he meant when he said he felt it in his bones, MAGA.
They are liars. I think the Ayatollah just wants to delay and delay and delay while they rebuild. And I said, as far as I'm concerned, the only deal you should be willing to take is the same deal you offered Maduro.
So this is what I mean. They really thought they could go into Iran like they did with Venezuela. We have to have, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, this has to be the most incompetent administration known to mankind. And now they've bitten off way more than they can chew. Way more than they can chew. And then, don't worry, I'm going to get to judgment. We have this devil right here, Lindsey Graham, basically saying he is willing to sacrifice as many of your children as necessary.
It's been obliterated, and they're running out of money. So here's what I tell President Trump. Keep it up for a few more weeks. Take Carg Island, where all of the resources they have to produce oil. Control that island. Let this regime die on a vine.
Is this going to, though, take Carg Island? Is it going to involve U.S. troops on the ground? Let me just read you something from The Atlantic. Does an assessment on that. They say U.S. troops may well take Carg Island. We believe their ability to do so, but only to endure ballistic missile strikes, drone attacks, petrochemical smoke, all without a reliable means of obtaining logistical support.
Read this, MAGA. U.S. troops may well take Carg Island. Do you probably don't even know where this is at? Only to endure ballistic missile strikes, drone attacks, and petrochemical smoke, all without a reliable means of obtaining logistical support. The result could be a grinding war of attrition. So in other words, we're sending our kids, our men and women in uniform, we're sending them to be eliminated, to be picked off by Iran. This is what's out there. And what does Lindsey Graham say?
The result could be a grinding war of attrition. They talk about how far away they would be from resupply.
I'm sort of tired of all this armchair quarterbacking. This has been an amazing military operation. God bless the fallen.
But it's a difference when we talk about troops on the ground.
I trust the Marines, not that guy. I trust DOD. We got 2 Marine expeditionary units sailing to this island. We did Iwo Jima. We can do this.
Wow, we did Iwo Jima. We can do this. No regard to life. No regard.
Marines, my money is always on the Marines. I don't know if you take the island or you blockade the island, but I know this. The day we control that island, this regime, this terrorist regime, has been weakened. It will die on a vine. And here's what I want to do. I want to get with Chris. I want to sprint to peace. As the war winds down, I want peace to ramp up. The reason we don't have Saudi Arabia and Israel making peace is October the 7th, 2023. Iran, through Hamas, attacked Israel, stopping normalization. I want to take up and complete what Biden started. As soon as we get Iran defanged so they can never do another October 7th, I want to start up peace talks between Saudi and Israel this year. I want a peace deal between Saudi and Israel normalizing, ending the Arab-Israeli conflict. It's been going on for 2,000 years this year, and you can't do it with a lethal Iran. So we're weeks away from this Iranian regime not having the capability to stop peace.
Okay.
These are people that are just so hell-bent on going to war and sending our men and women in uniform straight into a conflict zone, ladies and gentlemen. You can't make this stuff up, all right? And so what I wanted to at least call out is this has been causing some, here you go. This has been causing some infighting in the MAGA world, in the MAGA sphere, ladies and gentlemen. You believe it or not. Who did I want to start with? Who was this first that started complaining? Oh, okay. Hold on. Bear with me. It's so much to keep up with, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, we can start with Marjorie Taylor Greene. How about that? What did Marjorie Taylor Greene say about Lindsey Graham? Marjorie says Lindsey Graham is a psychotic neocon who invokes Iwo Jima and is willing to send U.S. Marines to be eliminated in Iran instead of working for America to get Homeland Security funded so TSA, ICE, and BPA can get paid. South Carolina, please vote out. This is Marjorie Greene is saying. Who else do we have? Who else do I got here, ladies and gentlemen? We're gonna get to judgment too. All right. Who do we got? Okay, Nancy Mace. Lindsey Graham needs to be removed from the Situation Room. I don't want to hear one word from a guy with no kids desperately sending our sons and daughters into war on the ground in Iran. Wow. Who else? Tim Burchett. This, you know who he is, right? He says we lost 7,000 Marines and 20,000 were wounded, in response to this Iwo Jima comment. All right, WVIP. Thank you. All right. And I think I have one more. Okay, yeah. I have one more. These are Republicans, all right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm not making this up. Anna Paulina Luna, she says, I am deeply upset at the lack of respect for life Senator Lindsey Graham is displaying when talking about our troops. He is acting as if they are expendable cattle. This is unacceptable and dark. There were over 26,000 American casualties at Iwo Jima. You see this, MAGA? You see this? And they say they're the party of pro-life. No, you're not. You're the party of no life. Now, I just thought of that. You're the party of no life. You evil sick. I got to keep it clean. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire once again. And this is for these Trump supporters that are out here still acting like they are willing to go put boots on the ground and fight in Iran when they know good and doggone well they're not. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons straight to hell. Thank you. Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And that's a huge W Zeus, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see now. There is something out there, ladies and gentlemen. There is evidence that there is a Trump supporter that wants to go fight for his daddy, and you could go find him. I think I found one. All right, we found one, ladies and gentlemen. You have to dig and you have to look for him. All right, but we're gonna look at this demon right here. Yeah. I saw this and I said, you can't make this stuff up. This person really thinks he's built for war. He really thinks he's built for war, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this.
This is my land. This is what we pray for. This is God's plan.
I gotta do that again. Go ahead, buddy. He's posting this.
These are my people.
Big one. Wow.
We pray for. This is God's plan.
Wow. MAGA. Y'all think he gonna save us? Can we get some more videos of this guy right here? What is this guy? What is he all about? This is, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. What we got right here?
They forget darkness is my home and black is my favorite color.
Woo! Please.
I'll make this real clear because I'm tired of seeing it in my comments. Didn't vote for Biden. Didn't vote for Kamala. Vote for any fucking liberal motherfucker.
Okay, I'm done with that. All right.
This is my home.
You got to leave that where it's at, ladies and gentlemen. You got to leave that where it's at. So as you can see, we have nobody here. We have nobody here in America, ladies and gentlemen, that is a Trump supporter that is serious about going to go fight their daddy's war. It's all a joke to them. And so what we're going to do is this. I don't know who that demon was, but ladies and gentlemen, please, Rocky Road. Oh, my God. I didn't say it. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these fake troops out of shape, overweight, huffing and puffing on just any nasty little thing. Join me in sending these demons where they belong. Once again, straight to hell. You know I'm not making this stuff up. Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
You know I'm not making this stuff up, and that's a huge W, Zeus. I know. We got through as much of it as we could. We did. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time to open up these boxes and hear from those of you, honestly, who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. We cooked and we booked this morning. Yeah, no lies detected. And now it's really time to start having serious conversations with people who are not afraid to be honest and hold themselves accountable. You know, one of the things that I'm struggling with, especially on social media and in particular with MAGA, is they're not able to speak about who they really are. All right. For you Trump supporters, I just got to say this. If you send a request, honestly, be prepared to speak from your own personal experiences. All right. Because if it's Trump rhetoric, I specialize in that and I'll be able to detect it right away. I don't want you to ask me questions. I've just done a whole 1 hour presentation. All right. No, explain to us why you're okay. All right, with spending a lot of money at the gas station all of a sudden. And don't bring up Joe Biden and the Democrats, because the moment you do that, you expose who you really are, which is a bunch of hypocrites. Explain to us, MAGA. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk to you about one more time. I just forgot about this. MAGA, explain this to us. Explain why this is acceptable to you. Oh, you thought I was going to forget about this. They thought I was going to forget about it, but no, MAGA, honestly, explain why this is acceptable for you, for Donald Trump to continue this massive cover up of the Epstein files.
This is an end around. The question is obvious. If you got nothing to hide, why don't you want to raise your right hand?
Why is this acceptable?
Yeah, you're right. If you got nothing to hide, why don't you show up in Congress? Why don't you tell Congress from day one that you'll show up whenever they want you to come, which is exactly what she did on Wednesday night and what I did. What if you tell Congress that any one of you that wants to come meet with me at the Department of Justice, any one of you that wants to come see any single document unredacted, you are welcome to do so. That's how you show transparency, and that's exactly what the Attorney General did. That's exactly what the Department of Justice has been doing. And so this narrative...
No, the Department of Injustice has not been transparent. Todd Blanche. See, MAGA, if you're okay with this narrative still, if you are out here still trying to say that Donald Trump is being transparent about releasing the Epstein files, then we already know everything we need to know about you. You know, there's a saying, you can't fix, and I can't say it on TikTok, but what is the rest of it? You can't fix, and it starts with the S. You can't fix it.
Us voluntarily showing up on Wednesday night to answer any question that anybody had that was somehow the Attorney General was avoiding something. When you say it out loud like I just did, it doesn't make any sense, Chris.
With a caveat. The caveat is I can say anything I want right now. There's no penalty for me lying.
Yeah.
If I raise my hand and it's sworn testimony, now there's a price tag.
Well, that's a completely different issue. If she's asked to testify under oath and raises her hand, that's absolutely what she will do as the law requires. Okay. But that's not what we're talking about, Chris. True. That is not what we're talking about. That is not what we're talking about. We're talking about Democrats who for weeks have said, I want to ask the Attorney General Bondi this question. Why won't the Attorney General answer that question? And then we said, ask any question you want. And they got up after a few of them asked questions, and they just stormed out. That is the story.
Yeah, it sounds
if
like
they really care about what...
Yeah, it sounds like
no,
a stunt.
No, it doesn't sound like a stunt. It is a stunt. It doesn't sound like a stunt. It is a stunt. I mean, there's no other way to look at it.
I try to give people the benefit of their best argument, and some of them have other ones. That's why I say it the way I say it. But let me ask you this. Why did you agree to a closed-door meeting?
Yeah.
The last thing we need is closed-door meetings.
Well, that's not true, Chris, because as you know, the Epstein files are filled with personal information about victims that we cannot release to the public and should not. And all those Democrats have said
Here it goes.
4 weeks, oh man, the redactions weren't done right. The redactions, you know, I went in there and looked and there was something that shouldn't be redacted. So you want to talk about victims? You want to talk about mistakes that you think that this department made? Let's do it. Ask any question you want and we will answer it. That is exactly what we should have done. Do you think we should have had a meeting open to the public when we're going to talk about concerns they have over redactions in our process?
Wow.
Oh, well, look, here's my answer, honest answer. Yes. And I'll tell you why. And I'm not blaming you for this. And I'm not blaming Pam for this, okay? But I'm blaming MAGA. They made this a boogeyman. They made this about a murder plot, and about a human trafficking
MAGA
that
did.
Involved all kinds of high-level people, and everybody knew it, and it had to come out, and Trump would deliver.
You hear this, MAGA?
That's where this is coming from. This is the law that this president signed, and the criticism is, Todd, you guys are doing more to protect things than the law requires. And what you are protecting are the wrong things.
Yep.
And what got redacted that shouldn't have been hurt survivors, didn't help the cause of transparency.
It's simple.
So look, I mean, trying to blame MAGA for what's happening now is incredible. I mean, that is absolutely, completely false.
Wow.
What's happening now is Democrats in Congress,
here it goes,
and some senators, and a few Republicans in Congress, like Massey, are making this their entire existence. That's not MAGA. That's what's happening now. And when you criticize all you want, ask questions all you want, I'm on your show. I'm happy to answer any question you have about redactions. The law required us to redact every single victim name. Not only that, but judges in New York ordered us to redact every name of any woman who said she was a victim of Epstein's crimes. That was not a choice.
Nobody's
that was
complaining
not
about
us
that.
not being transparent.
So that's Todd Blanche, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry. Yeah, there's that. There were so many things that we needed to try to talk about that Trump did over the weekend and going into the weekend, I should say. But how do you, MAGA, are there any women out there that support Donald Trump still? Because there's something going on in my mind when I listen to these kind of stories. Any women out there that support Donald Trump still? I just want to see. Someone wrote not stable ones. No, seriously. I know you're here because I'm Triple H. I mean, the last H means handsome. I know you're here, W. Zeus. I know you're here. W. Rick, why are you all afraid to speak up and say, hey, I'm here and I support Donald Trump? I know you're here. You're screen recording me, right, Ange? Every time I end the show, I get a link from a video where one of them has screen recorded me and posted me on their page and told me how much they love me, right? But they never come up here and try to explain to all of us. And this is why I tell all of the men on the right, especially the brothers on the right that are playing this game with them. It's a dangerous game. Don't let them convince you that they are okay with Donald Trump. They're really not. They're just afraid to say it to you because of you. You're a terrible person. But mark my words, the moment they get a chance to throw you under the bus, they will. They have a problem with this. They do. Every single one of them that I've talked to, I bring them up here. And we start getting into it, and then what do? Oh, well, Zeus, I've went through, and they say that they've gone through something very traumatizing, right? So, and I'm going, oh, well, how can you not empathize with the children then? Don't you want to stop that from happening to other children? Why can't you now put your foot down and say, okay, enough of the games? Whether or not you got evidence that Donald Trump is in the files or not, that's a completely different argument. But you do have evidence that he is lying to you about his involvement. You have that evidence. You have evidence that his DOJ is covering up his involvement. If he's totally innocent, why does he have the DOJ doing all of these tricks? And why wouldn't you speak up right now? Why wouldn't you allow yourself to be a part of the thing that's happening in the country now, where we actually could do something to stop things like this from happening at a larger level? Why won't you take this opportunity now to do the right thing, ladies? It really blows my mind because I know you'll be the first ones to dial 911 if a man runs in there and starts to attack you. You'll be the first one to say he's a violent person. You'll be the first one to bash a man and tell you these men are talking. Oh, there's Taurus. Now Taurus appears. You see Taurus appears. Yeah, there you are. Come on up here, Taurus. I just laid it out for you. Come on up here, Taurus. I just sent you an invite. No. Wait. I'm sorry. Did I disconnect you on accident? Please accept the guest request, Taurus. This is Big Zeus again. I'm coming to you on I can't be on bended knee, but I honestly
told you they investigated all of this.
Huh?
Why? Why every day do you talk about this garbage?
Because I'm a concerned person. I'm a man that cares
Well, it sounds more like you're grifting more than anything else. You're looking for money from people, and it's already been investigated.
Okay, but did you hear what I was talking about? Because
Yes.
you can bash me. I'm here Monday through Friday, but this is serious
I'm
to
not
me.
bashing you. I don't bash people. I'm
Okay,
just saying, why do you do that every day about the
but
same stuff?
well, because it's unsettled. It's unsettled. W, Rick. All right, but can I say this,
It's
Taurus?
but
Taurus.
it's not.
No,
It's not. They settled it. Don't you think Biden and Harris would have used it against him if it was true?
no.
Lies.
No.
Why?
You,
Why wouldn't you want to beat your opponent at why wouldn't you?
well, I could get into that because that gets into speculation. But I'm asking you,
No,
as
because
a
if you're
woman.
telling me they had the truth and they had evidence, why wouldn't they bring that forward for people not to vote for him?
Well, one of the things that I've said is this: regardless of who's been president, right? We can agree the videos existed, the money, the wire transfers existed. Jeffrey Epstein was a human being on Earth before all of this politics got involved. So the facts are still there, right?
So
Regardless
there
of
are no contact, no emails from
hold
Trump to
hold on.
Epstein
But
since
listen to
Trump
me.
threw him out of Mar-a-Lago.
Okay, but
for
Taurus, regardless of what you and I believe, right? The
That's not a
evidence.
belief. They've proven that.
Okay, but regardless of what we believe, the evidence is there that Epstein was a P3DO.
Okay, and
Okay, so it doesn't matter if Obama was there, Bush was there, Biden was there, Trump was there. That doesn't change the evidence that we have, right? So if you look at it from that point of view, all right, it doesn't matter who's in the White House. We're at a point now where we know there's evidence and it needs to come out. We've never had a law passed about Epstein until Donald Trump got into office, right?
right, and you
So
think that Trump would have passed a law if he wasn't already investigated and knew there was nothing there? I mean, this is just common sense, people.
do I think, what was that question again?
I said, do you think Trump would have passed a law if he thought that there was anything of proof against him? Do you think that? Would you, as a
No.
president, would you just say, you know what, I'm going to let that die?
Yeah, I would have done that if I would.
Okay,
Yeah,
then let's come on. Let's see some common sense, people.
So let me ask you this: do you recall Trump having a press conference when he signed this thing into law?
No, I do not.
Why do you think he didn't? He has a press conference about everything else. Isn't that
I have
amazing?
no idea. What is the difference? A press
No,
conference? Not. He signed it
but you
into
can't
law.
just say I have no idea. I give you answers, so just give me your best answer. Why would Donald Trump, who loves to brag about signing laws and sticking it to the Democrats, this is a law that he signed.
I honestly
that,
don't
hold
know.
on,
I can't
hold
say
on.
he did or didn't have a press conference because I did not, like I said, I
Well,
did not investigate if he had
okay,
a press
he,
conference.
well, Taurus, he didn't.
Okay, so what does that mean? He still signed it into law. Would you
Wouldn't
sign
you-
that into law if you were guilty? That's my question.
Would I sign it? The answer is no.
Yes.
If I was
Okay,
guilty,
there you
I
go.
wouldn't. Okay, but
There you go.
But
There's your answer.
but
There's your answer right there.
But that's me. I'm not the president. Let me say it this way. So if Donald Trump had an opportunity to sign a law that would expose Democrats like Bill Clinton as P3DOs, don't you think he would have signed that in front of TV and said, we're getting them? Just like you asked me, wouldn't Joe Biden have released it if he were president and he had this? Doesn't it also make sense that Donald Trump would have taken this as an opportunity to keep his base united, right? And sign this thing into law that would go after the Democrats? Doesn't that make sense?
What, he's going to sign into law to go after the Democrats?
Yeah, because he thinks that it's a
You
Democrat
can't
hoax.
sign. You cannot
He thinks it's a
sign
Democrat hoax. He thinks it's a Democrat hoax, right?
No, that's not what he said. I saw that.
Okay, so you don't believe what
No,
Donald
you guys run on that garbage because that's not what he said.
Okay, well, he did say it.
He did not say it like that. You know he didn't.
He didn't call it a Democrat hoax.
He called it a Democrat
Okay,
host.
okay,
that
so
he
Taurus,
was,
okay,
that
so
he was
we're-
involved.
Okay.
That he was involved. That they're trying to say he was involved, and that's the hoax
Okay.
that they're running on.
Okay, so
But
here's what I got from this
that's what they're talking
conversation.
about.
Taurus, here's what I got from this conversation that you and I are having. You're aware that there's evidence out there that Epstein is a P3DO. You're aware that he had a relationship, a friendship with Donald Trump, right? And you're aware
Which
that
ended.
no,
Which
no, no,
ended
I didn't.
before he even bought the
Yeah.
island.
No, hold on. You're aware
I did.
that the Epstein Files Transparency Act was passed under Donald Trump, and you're also aware that Donald Trump didn't have a major press conference about it. All right. And I know you're. And hold on.
Nothing to do
Hold
with
on.
it. I
And
wouldn't have.
hold on.
And he wouldn't have. He
Hold
is.
on.
And you know
Hold on.
what?
We're just.
Wait,
I'm
wait,
just.
let me.
I'm
Let me
just. I'm
speak.
just repeating the
Trump-
facts because I got to keep track of my
Trump
thoughts.
is the kind of a. Trump is the man who would been like, you know what? If there was evidence against me, I wouldn't have ran on it. He's the kind of man who wouldn't have signed it into law. That is the man he is. And you know that, and I know that. But you sit here every day and sit here and go, oh, there's evidence against him. But yet no one has brought anything. Biden didn't bring anything. Obama didn't bring anything. Nobody's brought anything.
Actually, Taurus, Jane Doe number 4. I don't know if you were here on last week, but I could play it for you if you need it. Jane Doe 4 brought evidence against him. And I believe you know that the Epstein estate settled a payment to her on behalf of Epstein and Trump. So
He
it goes
cannot
back.
settle anything upon somebody else. If she was to
No,
sue
well,
anybody, she would have sued
Epstein.
Trump.
Hold on, Epstein's accountant confirmed it. So Taurus, we're past if. This is black and white. I need you to get up to speed.
Wait.
I need you to get up to speed on this.
I
But
need
Taurus,
you to get back to speed.
Taurus,
Nobody
but the
can
real
pay anything for somebody else. You have to sue somebody else.
Well, you should go look into it, all right? Because it's in the
I
in the
have,
records,
and
all
I
right?
know it because I know the
But
law.
Taurus,
you cannot. Okay, you cannot do that. She would have sued Trump if it was Trump.
Well, actually, she could have avoided doing that by getting a settlement through Epstein, which included Trump. So there's always more than one way to skin a
No,
cat.
because Trump would have had to sign off on that. You and I know the courts wouldn't have allowed that.
Oh, so now we're getting somewhere, and now you understand why we haven't seen the other half of the Epstein files. Thank you, and W. Zeus. But
That's
Taurus,
not a win for you.
but
That's
Taurus,
not a win for you because
it actually, Taurus, it
are
actually
public.
is. Taurus, it actually
No,
is.
that would be it would
If
say
they're,
in
if
there.
they're public, why hasn't Trump released them?
Why is it's his DOJ that hasn't released them.
Well, explain to all of us why Trump's DOJ isn't listening to Donald Trump to release them.
I don't know. There you go. You just said it. Why isn't he listening to Donald Trump when Donald Trump told him to release it?
Okay,
Why?
Fair enough. All right.
Because they
All right.
can't. They have to redact names. They have to.
Taurus.
See, when
Taurus,
you're
can I
doing
ask
this
you?
stuff,
Can I ask
you're
you a
trying
personal?
to get people. You're trying to put Democrats away. You're trying to collect evidence. You're going page by page, looking for people's names. You're looking for evidence to pursue a lawsuit against other people and put them in jail.
Okay, but what does it have to do with Donald Trump's involvement with Jeffrey Epstein and Jane Doe number 4? We're getting way off topic, and I know that you have a natural tendency. I know you have a natural. Listen, Taurus. I know you have a natural tendency.
Jane Doe number 4 is got to be like what, in her 40s by now? She's not 12. She's not 16.
But what about what happened when she was 13 to 15?
Where is
though?
she?
Hold on.
This
hold
is
on.
where all you people. This is
Hold
where all
on.
you people.
Taurus,
when
you're
I
getting-
say this,
Taurus?
where is she?
Taurus, you're digging
Where is she?
yourself.
I'm asking you a question.
Taurus.
Where is she? Where is she? Why hasn't
Maybe
she come
she's
forward?
hiding.
Hiding from who?
The person that has a record of eliminating people. You know,
If she.
hold on. You
who-
do
who is he
understand. Hold on.
eliminating? Who is he eliminating?
Do you think Donald Trump would eliminate a person that he felt was
No.
a threat? Okay, so
Absolutely not.
Are you aware of what's happening in our in the Eastern Pacific and in the Caribbean with the boats?
Yeah.
He's eliminating people. You remember?
And I would too.
Are you aware about what happened with the school that got boom boom in Iran?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's an
There's
unaliver.
absolutely there's
so he's
there's
an
being
hold on.
investigated.
No,
Wait, hold on.
No.
That is being investigated.
Hold on, Taurus. Hold on. No,
and
no,
the
no,
boats, I would be booming them too.
Yeah. So that only validates what I'm saying. That Donald Trump is
We have
eliminating
decrease of
Taurus.
we have decreased
Taurus.
what in America?
Taurus.
The rugs in America, we have decreased them, right?
No.
Yes, we have.
So Taurus, here's my point. I know this is difficult for you, right?
This isn't very difficult for me at all.
so
It seems it's difficult for you guys to understand that if she was in her 40s by now, she would have
So it's
been there
okay.
during
So
the
what Donald
election.
Trump did to
He would
her.
have been-
So hold on, let me make sure.
He
Hold on.
didn't do
Hold on.
anything to
I'm not
her.
as intelligent as you, Taurus, but let me see if I can make this make sense. So what Donald Trump and Epstein did to her when she was 15 years old, that's okay because she's 40 something now. Is that what you're
No,
saying?
that's not what I
Okay,
said.
then please clarify
I
what
said
you
if he
please
didn't.
clarify what you mean
Well,
when you're
could
bringing
you
up her
just
age.
could you for 1 second?
Well, if you would
So
say
if
what
he
you
did
mean and stop
something,
speaking in
okay, well,
code,
you're still talking.
well,
So
you're not making
if
any
he,
sense.
well, I can't talk over you.
Okay, so
You're
is what
being
Donald
rude.
Trump is
Isn't your
what
mother
Donald
listening? You're not letting a lady speak.
is what Donald Trump and Epstein did to her when she was 13 to 15. Is that okay?
I'm asking you a question. So she's 13 to 15, right?
When
And
the
he ran
incident
for
took
election
place
twice, right? So she hasn't done
3
an
times.
interview. Okay, he ran 3 times, whatever you want to say. So she didn't come in and do any interviews. She didn't
That's not
even
true.
go
The
behind.
FBI interviewed her 4 times.
I'm talking on TV. Has anybody in the media interviewed her?
Well, she's interviewing the FBI, the highest level in the government
It
in
doesn't
terms of
matter.
justice.
Has the media interviewed her?
Taurus,
Has she stood up in
Taurus.
front of anybody at 40 years old?
Let me ask
tell
you,
you something.
Taurus.
If
Under that
a
logic,
man
under that
who's
logic, hold
running
on,
for
Taurus. I'm
re-election-
going to Taurus. I'm just going to debunk this. So you are saying E. Jean Carroll is credible?
No,
So what difference does it make if they do it on camera or not? You're going to
she's a
make
whack a job.
So there you go, Taurus. So you see, so let's not even open up that door because you tried something on me and I just shut it down. The thing
No,
is
that's
this:
no.
it doesn't matter if they're
No.
on camera or not.
He
It
had
doesn't matter if they
no
go to the
evidence of
FBI or not, Taurus. You're still
He
going to
has
defend
no
your daddy.
evidence of anything.
Taurus, you're still going to defend your daddy.
Eugene Carroll came up with a civil case paid by a Democrat.
See, look at that, Taurus.
They had a Democrat pay
Look at
for
that.
her attorneys.
The notice is unclear. Look at that. Big Zeus got reported. See what I'm saying, Taurus? You see what I'm saying?
What are you saying? You haven't said anything credible.
Okay, so here's the thing, Taurus. Because the real reason, and I'm just going to say this, I flat out disagree with everything that you said, and I would recommend you go look up
See,
Jane
I don't
Doe.
think you always flat out disagree with me. I think you just stumble and want to pretend you do.
No, because what I pointed out to you is whether they're on camera or whether they're talking to the DOJ, you don't care, right? But my thing that I actually wanted you to come up here and talk to me about and explain is, isn't there something deep down inside of you, right, that you believe you should actually listen to that basically requires you to be supportive of young girls? Like, are you supportive of young girls? You know, being
Of
able to
course.
grow up without being preyed upon? Like, is that
Of
something
course.
in you?
Of
Okay.
course.
Okay. Because it doesn't seem like you are. And it really does bother me. And I'm saying this as a man. And I've been through a lot of things, right? I know what men could do. All right. I've done bad things to a certain degree. Not none of that stuff. But I know what we guys can be like, right? And I've had to take a step back and do an assessment on myself and say, all right, these things can't continue to happen. Let me switch it up and try to figure out how to be a better person, right? Because
So then you're all
now
for-
I'm
so you're
hold
all
on,
for
hold
ICE
on,
doing their job,
hold
then
on,
that's what
hold
you're
on, hold
saying.
on. Because now I'm
Now
more,
you're saying
now I'm
now
more
you're
aware. Hold
now
on,
you're
hold on.
saying
Can
you're
I
good
finish?
for ICE
Can I
doing
finish?
their job.
Can I say what I'm saying?
See, you guys
Can I
talk
say
out
what I'm
two sides of
saying?
your
Taurus,
faces.
Taurus, can I say what I'm saying
Go ahead,
seriously?
continue on.
So what I want to make sure is I want to make sure as a person in my position, right, I can do as much as I can to actually be a part of something like this where we can actually start changing things like this so that, you know, young girls can grow up and not have to really worry about things like what happened to these girls, these survivors and victims that happened with Epstein and Trump. So we got to take a stand on this.
So you're taking a stand with ICE, then, is what you're saying, is getting rid of sexual predators from other countries.
Wow.
Is that what you're saying? You stand with ICE because you stand with the women of America who should not be raped or essayed
I
or
can't.
murdered
Taurus,
in
Taurus,
America
Taurus,
by
Taurus,
illegals.
you're right. My mom's listening.
See, right?
Taurus, you're
Come on.
right. Taurus,
You know
you're
I'm
right.
right.
My mom, you're right, Taurus. My mom's listening. I just can't understand why.
I'm being nice. I'm not even yelling.
I just can't understand why you can't stay on topic, right? I'm not talking
Because
about ICE.
I'm
I'm literally
trying to
talking
prove
about.
you a
I'm
point.
literally talking
I'm
about
trying
your
to prove
belief
a point.
system.
How
Yeah,
you
but
guys are one end of the spectrum.
so you don't
to
care
another.
about the. You don't care
As far
about
as
the
I'm
children.
concerned, Epstein
right.
is gone.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, and if anybody wants to bring a lawsuit against his estate
Mhm.
or press charges against any
Okay.
Democrat or any other Republican, they should come forward.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, listen up, Taurus. I gotta move it on. All right. And I'm just gonna say this.
Nothing but love, Juice. Nothing but
okay,
love. I'm
okay.
just debating you.
No, you weren't debating me. You weren't debating me, ma'am. You weren't debating me. You were debating yourself, Taurus. How could you? A grown woman. I assume you're grown. You're old enough to know the difference between right and wrong. How could you get up here and not make one statement to speak out against the injustice that Epstein and his friend Donald Trump committed against these young girls? Everything you said was an attack on Zeus and the Democrats and Joe Biden. Not one criticism of your daddy, Donald Trump. And didn't I give her so many opportunities to be successful, so to speak? I gave you so many opportunities to at least try to connect. And I even broke it down. I tried to even speak from the heart, and none of that worked. And this is why, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the nation is cursed, right? Because we got folks like that. Hypocrites. Trump voters out here, I swear, they're possessed with something evil, something wicked, and we can't have that on this show. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for putting you all through that, but I needed to get that. I needed to get that out of Taurus right there. And it does bother me, but I'm going to do it. Let's go ahead and warm up that lake of fire. Somebody's soul needs to be purged. You saw it. Somebody's soul needs to be purged. And I got to be the nice guy on TikTok, because you know what happens when my blood pressure gets up, right? But I can do this. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending that demon that's inside of Taurus where it belongs, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And that's a W, Zeus. W, all of you, and W's in the chat. Yeah. Did you all hear what I just had to go through? Thank you. Go to the next panelist. Good morning, Wong. Nice to see you, Wong. Nice to see you. Who do we got next?
Hello.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm Florida 58. I just want to comment something. I want to thank you, first of all. Thank you for everything you do.
Okay, thank you. So you didn't accidentally send a guest request. You actually meant to get up here, huh? Thank you. Yeah.
Yes, I do want to just share something, and I'll be out of here. I'm not going to take much of your time. I am so sick and tired of people like Taurus. Like, my God.
Oh, really?
It's just pathetic, sick. You won't be surprised in 10 years from now, we're going to get another 9/11 thing going on because of the unaliving he's doing up there. How much people are hating Trump right now?
Yeah.
Hating us.
Wow. You really do believe that, huh?
I do truly believe. I mean, he's making so much harm, everywhere, here, over there, everywhere. And just people don't seem to realize that this is happening. It's not easy. It's sick.
Yeah, there you go. You're telling the truth. And I didn't twist your arm to make you come up here and talk and say these things.
No, you didn't. You didn't. And I just wanted to share that, and I thank you for everything.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I got to give you a round of applause. How do you say your name? Luli, and you're from Florida, and you're fighting the good fight out in the state of Florida. Isn't that impressive? Wow, thank you.
Yes.
But let me ask this question though. What do you think about these conservative women, I guess, defending Donald Trump every square inch, right? Not one time can they fix their lips to actually say, like, this guy is nasty. He's done these things with girls. I can't take it anymore. What do you think about them just constantly defending him? What does that say?
I don't think they're not even conservative. They're so stupid. It's just, you don't have no words to describe some female, some woman defending this pedophile.
Ooh.
I mean, come on. It's children, lots of children that went through hell because of him and his friend.
Wow.
And how many more? I mean, let's just get them all up there, no matter what they're,
Yeah.
Democrats or Republicans, whoever, who cares? Just get them all up there.
Yeah. You're telling the truth. Oh my God. Thank you. Well, listen, Lily, I thank you so much for coming up here. All right. And you keep up the good work out there, telling the truth and shaming the devil. We need more of that out there, especially in the state of Florida. All right.
I thank you very much. Thank
All right.
you so much.
You too. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. See, Taurus? It's not that difficult to get up here and be honest with the American people, but we're never going to be like, all right, it's cool. What Donald Trump and Epstein did was fine. We're never going to get there. It's never going to happen. And so you can get up here and dance around it and dance around the bush all you want to with us, but all you're going to do is make yourself tired. None of us are falling for this. None of us. Who do we have next? Good morning, Jenna. Welcome.
Okay.
Jenna.
Hello.
Oh, that's you. Yeah, you're on the show.
No way.
Oh, was this an accident?
Yes, it was.
Well, you know the rules. What's the rule?
I don't.
How many galaxies, ladies and gentlemen? How many galaxies? Are you a fan of the show at least?
No. I mean, yes, I am a fan of the show. I was listening to it.
Okay.
And I was making some comments about how Trump people, they only play the "but what about" game. Whenever you confront them with anything, it's always, "But what about Biden? But what about this? But what about that?" They can never stick to the topic.
Thank you.
And just defend it.
Thank you. You know what, Jenna? I gotta say, you're forgiven. Because normally you accidentally send a guest request. It's 2 galaxies. All right? But you said the right words, and I'm going to forgive you. All right? Now, Jenna, be careful out there.
All right. Thank you.
Have a great rest of your morning. Yeah. You see, and it's amazing, but she was spot on. It's very difficult to get you Trump voters to just answer the doggone question. I don't know what's going on out there. Heavy Highway Joe.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right. How can I help you?
Well, I'm here to talk about Taurus. How she seems.
Are you driving though? It sounds like you're driving.
Yeah, I'm a truck driver.
Oh well, listen, brother. I'm gonna let you get back to it. I don't want to get you in trouble. All right, but whenever you get a chance, we need to hear it. We really do. All right. Sorry, but listen, Heavy Joe, I got it. It sounded incredible what you were about to say. I wanted to hear it. Good morning. Who is this, Nutty?
What's going on?
I thought you accidentally sent a guest request because I was about to. All right, but no, what's going on?
No. Mine is always intentional.
Yeah.
So Zeus, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like pretzels?
It depends, but it's not my go-to. But I it's not the thing. It's not on my top of the list.
So here's the thing. I like pretzels too, just not before noon.
Fair enough.
It's one of those afternoon or evening snacks, right?
Yeah.
So Taurus just turned herself into a complete pretzel. You asked her, why would he sign legislation? And she's like, come on, do you think he would sign if he knew? Well, Taurus, I have some news for you, ma'am. He signed the Epstein Act. He knew for a fact that he was in those files, Taurus. He knew for a fact that he was in the files. But he has people like you that's too stupid, too dumb, too ignorant to see it. He knew that his name was in there a gazillion times. Yes, you like that word, a gazillion?
Yeah, ooh. Nutty's on fire.
Because at last count,
I can't do it.
At last count, his name is mentioned in there over 1 million times. Make that make sense. Let's conceptualize this, Zeus.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Can you imagine seeing your name in a book over 1 million times?
I can't.
That's 8 zeros.
Yeah.
Over 1 million times.
Yeah.
He knew that he was in those files.
Yeah.
In fact, Zeus,
my
buddy, my brother, Zeus.
Talk to him.
In fact, Pam Bondi and the FBI told him he was in those files. That is why they continue covering for his dark doo-doo-y butt.
Get him, Nutty. And they know it.
He knows that he raped little girls. He knows he did this.
Yep.
The lawsuit that was settled on behalf of Jeffrey E. and Donald Trump, Taurus, you do not know the law.
Yeah.
Because the judge accepted that payment on behalf of. The lawsuit was settled. That's why it's called settled, because it's done and it's over with. So if you really know the law, Taurus, please get back up in this box and come argue with me, because I'll take you toe to toe. Let's go.
I got to be the nice guy.
And here's another thing,
I got to be the nice guy.
I'm sorry, Zeus. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm gonna be dark nutty today. Here's another thing, Zeus. She's like, now, Zeus, your mother is listening, and how would she feel about you not letting a lady speak? Well, you're not a lady. You're not a lady. Any female, any woman, whatever word you want to use, that can get up in this box and you can defend a man who abuses women, you're not that. You're not a woman. You're not a lady. You're an infidel. You are disgusting.
Wow.
So go sit down in the corner somewhere and suck your thumb like you're doing.
Oh,
and just, fantasize that it's Donald Trump's little wee-wee, because that's exactly what you're doing.
I can't be what Nutty is, ladies and gentlemen.
You
That's
are
Nutty.
Disgusting.
You know Nutty was crazy.
You
when
can
we
get
got him
up here all you want, and you can act like, oh, my little voice, it's so harmless, it's so Vegas girly, it's so this, that, and the other. But you know what? You're still disgusting.
You think so?
Any woman who can still defend Donald Trump, I need you to go to the bathroom. I need you to pull your pants down, and I need you to check to see what you have in between your legs.
Oh, whoa.
Because it ain't it.
Oh,
it ain't it.
Whoa.
You can say I support Donald Trump for whatever reason, but now the evidence is out. We know for a fact that Donald Trump is a P3DO. We know this for a fact. And the fact that you will not conceptualize this and make yourself believe it, it's disgusting. It's a you problem. It's no longer a we problem. It's a you problem. This is why we can never break bread with you. This is why we can never welcome you to the table when you finally decide you're not going to support him anymore. This is why we have no love lost for people like you. For you, Dame, conservative Democrat, Tiny Tank Top Kim, none of yous.
These are Nutty's views.
And with that,
these are Nutty views, ladies.
With that, my plane has been landed.
Okay.
Have a great day, brother.
All right, these are Nutty's views. He speaks for himself. Lord have mercy. And he lives up to his name. He does. I'll give him that. Sometimes I even have to hit the emergency brake on the stuff he got going on up there. But what can I say though? Honestly, I'm sitting here. Didn't I try to be reasonable? Wasn't I trying to be reasonable with Taurus, ladies and gentlemen? Because you've all seen me get activated, my blood pressure go up. I didn't want to do that this morning, but wasn't I reasonable? So when people don't want to be reasonable anymore, we have no choice but to let it out and let it be what it is, the raw emotion. Because I sat there and I said to her, I said, Taurus, how could you look a young girl in the eye and say, I didn't do anything to protect you? How? Vegas, I see you in there. How could you look a young woman, a young girl, because children are the future. And how could you not, I didn't do anything to protect you. Why? Oh, because of Joe Biden and the Democrats. Weak. And then, and I always go back to it, but you have no problem saying Kobe Bryant did what he did in Colorado. You have no problem saying OJ. You have no problem saying Diddy. You have no problem saying Michael Vick, right? And the list goes on and on. So what I don't like to do is pretend. with folks. I don't like to pretend. I don't want to act like it's all good when it really isn't. And this is why I tell a lot of you conservative brothers, y'all better watch out for folks like Taurus, right? Because on one side, she'll act like she's okay with it, but then on the other side, she'll turn you in, W Zeus. And they know what I'm talking about when I said what I said. Good morning, Z-Pac. Welcome to the show.
Doing fantastic. I think that we've done a great job with Newsmax. They asked me a terrible, nasty question this morning when I was getting off of my airplane, and we love that.
What was the question? I didn't catch that. What did they?
They asked me about ICE at the airport. Okay.
And what did they say?
And they said, "Why did you do that?" And then I saw Caitlin Collins, and I thought, well, she's better than Newsmax is.
Aren't you married though? So shouldn't you be doing? Because I know what's going on in your mind.
Well, she was very better. There was a better question asked, so she did better than that.
But I know what I wanted to ask you. There was a video of you, and it was filmed from like outside of Air Force One, and I could see inside of the window. And to your right, I believe, was Caroline, and it looked like you guys weren't working. I just saw a lot of smiling and a lot of makeup flying around. What was that about?
We love Caroline. She's beautiful. She's got the Jesus cross on her chest. Her chesticles it's right in between her chesticles. And, so she does a wonderful job with it.
Oh.
And we love Jesus. We love him. We love Jesus.
Jesus. But what was the makeup and stuff like that? It was flying around. It looked to me, honestly, very inappropriate. It looked like children shouldn't even see that.
I don't know what you speak of with the fly around, but we love the stealth bomber. You talk about something that flies around. It does a tremendous job. It goes into the airspace. Okay. You don't see it coming.
Yeah. So there's something wrong with it. Something's wrong.
And I hugged it. You might have seen me. I gave it a hug. I gave it a big hug. I gave it a kiss.
Oh,
it was a small toy. It's on my desk now, and it's beautiful.
Oh, really?
It's the stealth bomber. They call it stealth, right? Because
really?
It comes in.
Right.
You don't see it. It's like Japan. They didn't see it coming with Pearl
no.
Harbor.
All right. See, there you go again, being inappropriate. You have no class. And again, it's really disturbing, honestly. It's like your mind is like popcorn in a way. Like every single thought pops out of a different spot, and you never know where
it's a popcorn world we live in, Zeus. We live in popcorn ceilings. We have popcorn with butter, popcorn with no butter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Z-Pac. Wow. You know what's so good, Z-Pac? You know what's good, Z-Pac? You sounded more reasonable doing that than Donald Trump. That's what's really sad about this.
Well, that's because I am the president. I passed my cognitive test. I did so well on the test. I took a hepatitis test too. I got 2 A's, a B, and a C.
What about syphilis?
It was fantastic.
But what about the syphilis? Because that's what they said you had.
Well, we got syphilis. Remember? We did that.
We didn't get anything. W. Zeus.
It was fantastic.
You're a sick man.
And we did a great job with that. And then they said I had syphilis on the hand, right? And they said, why are your hands so red? Right? Red. We love red. Red wave, they call it.
Oh, no.
And so they said, you did a great job with the syphilis. We spread it like COVID, and we did it so well.
How did you get it initially, though? How did you contract it, though?
Kellyanne Conway, I'll tell you that much. She had the she had the HPV.
Oh, wow.
And we got the syphilis, the hepatitis. We got the whole thing. And that's why I've taken a lot of aspirin. I'm in a lot of pain, quite frankly.
What about the catheters?
To my joints.
But you got catheters.
I did see that. The joints and bones.
Yeah, but what about your catheters? You have 2 catheters. And
well, you have to have 2. You have to have 3, maybe 4. But the more catheters you have, the better you live. You live better with more catheter. They said I couldn't do it. They said nobody did it.
Wow.
And they asked me, why did you have a catheter?
Yeah.
And I said, we have the best catheters in the world, and nobody's done more for catheters.
This guy is sick. You're a sick man.
Than me.
You're a sick man. Listen, and I'm afraid I might contract whatever you got. All right, so ladies and gentlemen,
you can't catch it electronically, but I will send COVID through the phone if you're not careful. I'll do that. I have the AI technology.
This man is sick.
Fantastic.
This man is sick. This man is sick. This man is sick, ladies and gentlemen. That's Donald Trump, aka Z-Pop. Maybe we needed that this morning because of all the craziness going on. All right, W Zeus, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, he had no answers. No answers. Just lies and nonsense non-stop. But honestly, that's my friend Z-Pac, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a huge round of applause. Did you want to say something, Z-Pac? I didn't want to be rude. But I don't know if you had other things to say, but if you did, send me a guest request. Okay, go on up here. All right.
Yeah, so real talk. We've got a lot of problems. I watched a documentary, dare I say, on Schmittler, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there is a weird parallel between the two. There's some weird things, like when you talk about his insurrection at the beer hall putsch, right? He was a Nazi sympathizer judge gave him a light sentence. It was 9 months. Now, he did serve more jail time than Donald Trump, which is incredible. He gets out. The people are emboldened by him. He then goes and goes into his – give me 1 second here. He then goes into his little, like, cult of personality, and he comes back, and the people are like so excited.
Yeah.
And he's created this these people who blame the issues of war on certain groups, right? And then in 1938, of course, they cross the border and invade Austria. And then that's how this whole thing started. And that was pretty much the countdown to the Second World War. I mean, when he went into a country that wasn't his, kind of like, I mean, in all honesty, there's Putin, right, in Ukraine, and then there's now Donald Trump, who's like going into weird countries that he doesn't belong to, like Cuba or
Venezuela.
He talks about Greenland. Like, people don't understand the parallel here of how weird this is. And people are just cool with it. And now he's starting wars in Iran, and he was supposed to be the no war president, right? It was no wars, no new wars. But I heard some pretzels. They say it's no new forever wars. That's what they say now.
What the heck
So
does
it's
that mean?
no new forever wars. So we have to clarify that because it's very important.
You know what? I'm not even going to allow my brain to try to make that make sense. It's another evidence. It's more evidence that these folks, they're just the biggest hypocrites on the face of the earth. They'll make up anything, and I do mean anything, to justify being the biggest fools on the face of the earth. Have they said anything about the gas prices? That's the one that gets me the most. What do they say when they pump gas in their car or their big truck, right? How do they get over it when they pay, hundreds of dollars extra?
Temporary pain, I guess.
Temporary.
It
Short-term pain for long-term gain. Okay.
That's their claim to fame now. I mean, I don't know what else they're saying other than that, but it sounds like a lot of, it sucks, but we have a bigger message here. We have the Ayatollah and
never met the Ayatollah. They never met the Ayatollah before. What's that?
I have a great picture of the Ayatollah, actually.
Really?
Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Yeah. It's interesting. MAGA has all these beefs. They have all these beefs, right, with people they've never said they had beefs before with, right? Now all of a sudden they care about the women in Iran. Oh, really? Really? You weren't saying that when Trump was campaigning, right?
Check out this one. This one's funny, Zeus. This is the Ayatollah, right? The Supreme Ayatollah, right? Keep it clean.
Wow. Look at that. This is who MAGA. It's sad, ladies and gentlemen. It's really sad. Z-Pac, Z-Pac.
Look at him. He looks great. I think that's the best he's looked in years.
Yeah, he belongs there. Actually, he should go there if you ask me. Yeah.
He looks like he fits right in. Maybe he'll be the new leader. I mean, he wants to be, right?
Yeah, we'll send MAGA over
He
there.
said
with
he
him.
wants to
Yeah,
be.
yeah. I would love to send
Oh
MAGA.
yeah, the little hands. That's a perfect touch. It is a
Yeah.
perfect touch.
Yeah. Hey.
But yeah, no. This, in all seriousness, I would have people watch. So there's a new documentary on Prime Video, and it's called Dictator: The Hitler Interviews. Right? It's really easy to watch. It's 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
How
it
long are the
talks
episodes?
about
How long are the episodes?
48 minutes.
Okay, not bad.
So 48 minutes, and
Uh-huh.
it talks about people that knew him, and they talk about his intentions, and it really paints a picture of his inner workings and the whole beer hall putsch and how
Right.
that became his insurrection, and it took. Now the one thing about Hitler is he's a lot younger.
Uh-huh.
So Trump is a lot older. And so, but this kind of, insurrection that has been what we know it to be, and the parallel with this is mighty, mighty scary. So I would invite everyone to watch that, take a look at it. It will take you less than an hour and a half to watch the whole thing. Well, actually, I'm making that up. Hold on. It'll be about
almost 3 hours.
200.
Yeah, 2.5 hours maybe.
Yeah, 200 some minutes, but it's well worth it.
Yeah.
It's on Prime. It's called Dictator: The Hitler Interviews.
Fair enough.
That's
Fair
it.
enough. All right, Z-Pac. Well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Z-Pac, a.k.a. Donald Trump with a brain. All right, a huge round of applause. No lies detected. Everything else is okay, though, right, bro?
Everything's good. I'm, getting through it. Fighting the good fight every day, mentally, physically.
Good.
Getting surgery in about a month, so we're all right.
All right. Well, listen, keep us updated on your progress, all right? And stay safe out there. Ladies and gentlemen, W's in the chat for Z-Pac. No lies detected. Wow. All righty then, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we got next, ladies and gentlemen? All right. Good morning, G-Man. Welcome, G-Man.
Good morning. Good morning, Zeus. Good morning, everybody here.
Good morning. Good morning.
Marvelous. Yeah, I'm in my tablet, so if you hear me kind of funny, I'm on my tablet right now. My phone's acting up, but
I can hear you.
Okay, that's cool. First of all, beginning of your show about you bring that Trump been told that people, people with mucho dinero, and that guy tried to say that he tried to deflect. Listen, you don't have to have a PhD to figure it out, to use the critical thinking behind the scenes.
Yeah.
If he did like he wanted to do, threatening on it, Iran's going to retire it, shut the whole thing. And long story short, it's going to put the whole globe in a predicament we're not going to get out of. They're going to lose money.
Yeah.
And not only that, the region's going to starve.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, our adversaries, that the big boys might get involved too. This is probably the beginning of the WWE3. So, one thing.
Yeah.
So I want all your MAGA bichos, including Vedi girl. I see you make the car. I told you sign up or shut up.
Ooh.
Huh? This is your chance to shine. You make that comment. I've been following her since she was a liberal. And then she switched on. I try to get a benefit of the doubt, but she tried to insult my intelligence. Oh, you need a realist. No, don't try to be the pivot. Don't use the straight try to use against me. I already wear the uniform of the United States Army way back before you were born.
Facts.
But this is you and your rest of your MAGA bichos. Go ahead to sign up and fight for your country that you love. Like that dude, that picture, the boy, he's gonna fail the physical exam before he getting up there.
Yeah.
So that young man, like he wants to go, go to the recruiter, instead of make a video, make how badass you are.
Yeah.
Why don't you go to the recruiter, sign up?
Yeah.
And make a video of that.
Yeah.
Instead of make a fool of yourself.
Thank you.
And Zeus, you got a lot of patience with that lady before.
Oh.
I mean, I see. I had zero tolerance with them. I had no time for no foolishness.
Yeah.
But you see, this is your talent. You were being respectful for her, and this is for all your ladies that vote against her interests.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah.
I mean, how about you know? I'm gonna want to say this, but how about if somebody did something that violate you against your will,
That's what I was
or somebody
thinking.
close to you?
That's what I was trying
Yeah,
to
close
say
to
to
you.
her in a way, like, hey,
Or
like get out of this, snap out of it. Like these are real things that are happening to people. Show some compassion,
yeah. So
please.
think about it. I bet you act different than somebody that's close to you, or that you might think differently.
Yeah,
And this is me.
yeah,
This is me. If you're innocent, prove. I mean, I'm innocent.
yeah,
Just say it. Why he tried to keep a hush? Yeah,
yeah,
he ran on it on his campaign, released the e-file, but all of a sudden that didn't happen.
yeah,
And and I say this, people, and I say it as an independent registered voter, and I'm originally from New York, and I say this: Donald J. Trump had a personality.
yeah,
If things doesn't go to things as a plural doesn't go to his freaking favor, he's scared to deflect, change distraction on it, and that caused people to be unalive. So be it. Just that's how you do.
yeah,
And this is the predicament, the situation that United States had a difficult to get off. He never served. He don't
yeah,
give a damn. At least Graham, he don't have to worry about it because he ain't doing no fighting.
yeah,
They want these call them warmongers, but
yeah,
they don't have the courage to send their loved ones to the fight. They want somebody to do the fighting for them.
yeah.
And my heart's so that people's in the active duties as well, Zeus. But I don't want to take your time, man. I just want to say what's up to you, everybody in the kingdom.
Good, good, good.
Thank you. And let somebody else come now. I know you got a lot of time.
All right.
And so all your MAGA bichos, especially Valdez girl, man. If you love this country, stop deflecting.
Yeah.
Try to realize once you girls take your sorry butt to the recruiter and sign and make a video on it.
Yeah, thank
That's all
you.
I got to say.
Tell him, G-Man. Don't mess with the G-Man. Remember, I'm the nice guy. These other G-Man, he's not the nice guy. You don't want to play with the G-Man. G-Man.
Oh, they don't want to deal with it. Yeah. But I'm gonna let you go. And thank you for everybody giving me some few minutes of your time. I know you're busy schedule. It's a pleasure to be over here.
Yeah.
And I'm never too old to know those things. See, even though you MAGA think I'm a liberal Democrat, no, I'm independent. I had empathy to other people besides myself because I was raised a well-diverse area in New York City back in the day.
Amen.
I can tell you some stories. I don't look for B62 in June. I don't look at everybody say like 20 plus years ago, it's a Puerto Rican in me. But
tell them.
I worry about the people that's active duty in the younger generation because we put her in a mess.
Yeah.
That people like my fellow boomers, because technically I'm boomers, so Joan generation, put her the nonsense.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, the boomers got one house, her family, 2 kids, a car, 1 paycheck, and all that. Now people struggling, living a paycheck. It doesn't matter what political affiliation. People was angry, upset, and all this.
Yeah, they thought they were going to be in the golden age. These people thought they were going to be in the golden age, and now they're going way back. You said you were in the 60s. They're going back to the 1920s, 1929.
Oh, I'm telling you because I grew up with the Black Panthers and Young Lords on there. I could use state laws against the board. It was my militant side coming out, the beast coming out. Want to go back and all that. So I'm gonna go let you go, my friend.
All right,
always hit a run. And Ange, thank you for inviting me live, and Swerving and everybody else that I forgot who their names. I went to the fights. I appreciate it for spending my time with y'all. So everybody have a marvelous Monday and be careful out there. Life too short. Stay straight, stay strong, and peace, everybody.
All righty then. WG man. No lies detected. Yeah, that's what we need. More truth. Oh, look at this. Heavy Highway Joe, you're back. I'm assuming you're parked.
I am parked, sir.
All right. Now, glad you did that because they'll report live when people do that. How is it going?
Pretty good. I'm out here in Pittsburgh.
Okay. Shout out to Pittsburgh. All right. Now, what is it you wanted to say? Because I feel like it's really good and you got to get it off your chest, bro.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, apparently, Taurus failed her civics class because only one person in Congress voted against the
Epstein Transparency Act.
Epstein. So that made it completely veto-proof.
True.
So
Trump had to sign it.
He didn't even have to. He could have let it sit there for 10 days and it would just become law.
Taurus. Hey, Taurus. There's a lot. What's that beeping in there? You're scaring me. I'm kidding.
It's been idling for longer than 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. All right, W. Well, listen, you scared Taurus off. I was going to actually try to see if she could get up here and speak with you about that. But is there anything else you wanted her to hear? Because she's probably terrified right now. You know, you just hurt her feelings.
No, I just wanted to get in on that. Tell you, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh, man. Thank you, brother, man. I appreciate that. All right. Well, listen, I don't want you to get in trouble now. You can't be parked for too long. You got to get up out there and get on the road.
Yeah, I got to get back on the road.
But let me ask you this, though. Are you impacted by the gas prices?
So I'm a company driver. My company pays for it. But yeah, I mean, we're around here. It's $3.99. So
how much is it more now than it used to be?
Oh, it's gone up pretty close to $1.
Wow.
Since the war started.
Wow. So what would it normally cost to fill up or whatever, and then what is it now? That's the number I'm looking for.
Well, before the war, I could get at Costco at $2.80, $85.
Yeah.
So now it's like at Costco now is like $3.80.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really gone up since the war started.
Wow, what a shame. Well, listen, Heavy, thank you so much, Highway Joe, and you keep up the good work, and thank you for pulling over and getting it out here. You got Taurus shook this morning, all right? She didn't want to come back after she heard what you said. All right?
All right, sir.
All righty then. Keep up the good work, W, ladies and gentlemen. Heavy Highway Joe, W Heavy. Yeah, see? All right, we're moving it along, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Parker, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Good morning, Zeus.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
You too. I wanted to ask Taurus. How old was Taurus?
Oh, I have no idea. That's a good question.
Okay, my grandbaby talking about 3.
Okay.
I'm 56.
Okay.
Okay, I have been following Trump since the 80s. I have never in my life seen so much evil. I have never been called the N-word until Trump got in office.
Wow.
Over the phone, of course.
Yeah. Wow.
Over the phone.
So it's like he's unleashing all of this nastiness.
Wait a minute. He did it in his first term. And let me get something straight. This man done essayed over 20 women. And I believe every last one of them.
What?
Because their stories are the same.
Go ahead, hit him
And
with
what I don't understand about these mega women, see, I'm about to start crying, is because God, I'm a firm believer in God. A lot of people don't believe in God, but I do.
Okay.
God is trying to reveal to these people about these e-files. Even though Trump signed it into law, well, why would he do that? If he. Let me tell you something. Trump knew he was in there, but he probably didn't know it was this bad. You understand what I'm saying? He probably thought by Epstein being dead, I'm serious. He probably didn't know about the pictures. He probably didn't know about the videotapes. These motherfuckers are so dumb to where they don't even do their own research on this man. Just do your research on Trump. Don't do no research on nobody else but Trump. Follow Trump all the way back. Google what was Trump like in the 70s and the 80s. All kind of shit to pull up.
Oh, Lord.
And what I don't understand is we carry these babies. We have these babies. We're supposed to protect our babies. And let me tell you something. I already done told God, see, my daughters are grown, but I got grandbabies. You touch mine, you ain't gonna have no brains. God, you might as well give me my prison number right now. This man done did horrible things two little girls, and they're justifying it. It's sad. And these mega women always like to say that we don't know what a woman is. Let me tell you what a woman wouldn't do.
Ooh.
A woman wouldn't support no rapist and no pedo. A woman wouldn't support no man that's disrespectful to women. Where is your mother? Where is your grandmother? This man is so disrespectful. And they laugh and think it's a joke and think he's strong and think he is. This man is supposed to be the president of the United States. And every time you ask him something, he don't know nothing. That stuff he said about Robert Mueller.
Oh.
That's some sick shit. You understand what I'm saying? Even though Charlie Kirk was what he was, I would never. There's people on TikTok right now wishing Trump was gone. I would never. I don't care how bad that man is. I would never. And they keep justifying about, well, where's the victims at? Where they at? That was when they was this. That was when they was that.
Yeah.
I bet you any amount of money, if President Obama was mentioning them motherfuckers twice, it'll be on Fox News every day.
Oh.
Every motherfucking day. Every day. And I bet you if the shoe was on the other foot, they'll believe it about President Obama. But you don't want to believe it about Trump, knowing his history with women. And I'm going to tell you something else. If it was my daddy, I'd be on TV every day defending my daddy. Daddy, you the president of the United States. You need to get in front of this. You need to prove your innocence.
Oh, Lord.
This man is guilty of sin. Motherfuckers go to school, get educated sense, leave common sense down below. He guilty. Y'all can't see that? I don't give a fuck if it did happen 20, 30 years ago. It's in the files. But where are they at now? Well, so y'all can harass them and threaten them? Trump done paid off so many families for the shit he done did to little boys and little girls. Even his own child. And I believe it. I believe it. I seen a video where she walked in her bedroom.
Oh.
The oldest daughter.
Yeah, I seen it.
And any mother could see her face. When she pointed to that bed, oh my God, her face. You should have seen that child's face. Like she was about to cry.
I saw it.
Like she was about to cry.
I saw
I
that.
don't understand it about these people.
That's
These
crazy.
poor people.
Yeah, you getting it
sitting
all.
up here listening to a fucking billionaire who ain't never took out no trash, changed no diaper, pumped no gas, went to a fucking grocery store. Help his sons or daughters, taught them how to ride a bike, did none of that shit. None of it. And they can't name one policy. I'm so sick and tired of hearing about immigration, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Wow.
And then they gonna try to tell me.
Go W, Miss
prices
Parker.
this,
You
prices
cooking
that.
up here. You cooking
I
this.
cook for a living. I cook for a living. I'm in a grocery store. I know what prices look like. Don't sit up here and tell me prices don't went down. You a damn lie. I'm sick of these people.
Yeah.
This shit don't make no sense. These motherfuckers is so willing to hold on to their racism. They want to hold on to it and accept pedophilia. And I'm going to close with this.
Okay.
If that man was innocent, he would release every fucking single page. And Pam Bondi, there's pictures of her when she was younger with Trump and Epstein. They all in this shit together. Erica Kirk, she another one. Baby. Trump need to be ashamed of himself.
Amen.
And everybody, and he talking about he might not get in heaven. Trump, if you want to get in heaven, confess your sins. Confess your sins. This shit don't make no sense. I don't understand. I don't know what type of spell this man got over these people, especially the women. And something else. If anybody listening to me, keep your kids away from people that wear that Make America Great Again shit.
Oh.
Because they support pedophilia.
Oh.
Keep your fucking kids away from those people. I don't give a fuck if they family members. Keep them away from your kids. And the reason why they accept it is because they do it to their own motherfucking kids. That's why they accept it. That's why they accept it.
Go ahead.
Keep y'all kids away from them people, I'm telling you. They accept pedophilia, period.
Amen. Amen. Fitz
Ain't
Parker.
no child gonna sit up there, no 13 and 14-year-old, 14 and laugh on the grown man. Make it make sense.
Not
And
multiple,
Morgan Taylor
not
Green shit
multiple
know.
kids, not multiple kids either, right? It's multiple kids.
Right.
You saw
Margie Taylor Green seen Trump name all up in them files and seen what he did, so now all of a sudden she want to quit.
Go ahead.
Keep y'all kids away from them people that wear that MAGA shit.
Okay.
Keep y'all kids away from them motherfuckers that got MAGA flags and shit all on their truck.
Go ahead.
I'm telling you, y'all
All
better
right.
keep y'all kids away from them people. Y'all better keep them. Because if it was President Obama, these motherfuckers would be having a motherfucking
Oh, wow.
fit.
Oh, wow. All
They
right,
would
Miss
be
Parker. Miss Parker, I'm going to have to hit the brakes. All right. You didn't came up here and you didn't gave me a lot this morning. I got to give it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all show Miss Parker some love. I got to go ahead and hold on now, Miss Parker. You didn't got up here. You didn't stole the show this morning. Okay. But that's all right. I needed that. I think we all needed that, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Okay. Now, normally, Mrs. Parker, I don't let folks get away with cursing like that on my show. You know that. All right?
I know, but I'm just saying, if you're innocent, prove it.
Yeah.
That's all we want you to do.
Yeah, fair enough.
Innocent people don't act like this. You're not gonna be. Half the world ain't gonna be calling my daddy what they calling me, and I'm not gonna defend my daddy. Ain't nobody said nothing on their daddy's behalf. Not the sons, not the daughters, not even the first lady.
Ooh.
She in on it too.
Ooh. That's right. They ain't
Only
really
people
saying
sticking
nothing,
up for this man is his administration. Not one family member.
Cool.
Make it make sense.
Wow. You're
I
right.
just don't understand it. Then they trying to hide shit.
Hey, I get it now. I gotta get up out of here, Mrs. Parker. All right, you didn't lay it
That's
down.
all I want to say. Keep y'all kids away from them people that wear that MAGA shit. Keep y'all kids away from them people that got that
Lord
MAGA
have
shit
mercy.
up in front of their house. Y'all better be careful.
Lord have mercy.
Y'all better be careful.
Tell them. All righty then, ladies and gentlemen. Big Zeus, Mrs. Parker, you got to come on back and keep bringing that truth. All right, but we're going to work on the delivery a little bit, but you got it out. I got to give it to you. Hey, Mom, I'm so sorry. Dad, I'm so sorry. All right. Uncle, Auntie, Grandma, I'm so sorry. But things happen on this show. Lord have mercy. You know, at first, you saw me, I tried to catch her and be like, hey, we got to keep it clean. But it was coming so, I said, I better get out of the, I said, I got to get out of the way. I had to get out of the way because I saw what was coming. And boy, oh boy, no lies detected at the end of the day. So if you have ears to hear, then you heard everything that Mrs. Parker had to say. And no lies detected, W. Zeus. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, isn't that a great way to end the show? Happy Monday to every single one of you. All right. I'm going to meditate on that. All right. Seriously. But I want to give a special thank you to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. I don't often say it during the show because I'm locked in with the conversation, and I think that's better for me personally, but I appreciate it. All right. But on a serious note, I want to give one last round of booze and shame. And you all know who this goes out to. This goes out to all of the people that pretty much Miss Parker, she says she cooks for a living, right? You heard her say that? She said, I cook for a living. I said, wow, I got to use that. Yeah, every single one of you, you're truly the worst of the worst. And honestly, the scum on the earth, the scum of the earth. I don't know what you think you're doing, but somebody done told you wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending these demons once again straight to hell. It was a bar. Yeah, it was far. Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of here. Take care and have a great great rest of your morning. I'll see you all tomorrow. Let's go.
What about Biden? Yeah.
If you know the words.
What about Biden?
If you know the words. Sing
what about Biden? Stole the whole election night. Read the votes dead tonight. Yeah, that ain't right. What about Biden? Borders wide open, let them flood it. Millions crossing, drugs pouring. Where we begin? What about Biden? Gas prices sky, inflation wild.
Economy dying, can't feed your child. We tried. You hear that? We had a whole bunch of what about Biden today. Sing it. You know the words.
What about Biden? Yeah, yeah.
What about Biden? This is all they got for us right now. Economy's crashing the earth. They don't got nothing.
Up in the White House, call Sleepy Joe, cognitive decline. Everybody knows stumbling words, can't finish a sentence. Puppet on strings, who pulling the leverage? Hunter's laptop, bullets of deals. China cash flow, million conceal. Family getting pain, influence pedal while we out here struggling, pockets unsettled. Weaponized OJ, FBI raids. Mar-a-Lago storm, 100 gets praised. January 6th, locking up brands, but Joe's classified docs in his garage, man.
Oh, the classified documents in the garage.
Gas $4 a week. Crime in the cities, soft on the streets, defund the police. Chaos for peace.
Remember Biden stole the election? Rigged the votes.
What about Biden? Borders wide open, let them flood it. Millions crossing, drugs pouring. Where we begin? What about Biden? Gas prices high, inflation wild. Economy dying, can't feed your child.
Remember that? W-Natty, double WJD cakes. 13 soldiers gone.
Joe acting blind.
What about Biden? Think about that. Remember what Biden did?
Yeah, yeah. What about Biden?
Woo! Indy Brand MVP. Hey, thank you. What about Biden? That's a very good question. Has anyone seen Joe Biden? You know, he beat Donald Trump in the 2020 election. Donald Trump hasn't been the same since. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, have a great rest of your morning. I'll see you all tomorrow, same Zeus time, same Zeus channel.